everybody, it's Monica, King's Titan Homestead. I'm back in the kitchen, just trying to prepare a bunch of things before I get my day started. So last night for dinner, I made a venison fajita bowl kind of thing, and so I've got my leftover, some leftover venison here, and I'm just adding a few pieces of cheese to it and on a tortilla and wrapping it into a burrito so that Dan has something for dinner tonight, because I have to go and do a bee removal. So I'm trying to prepare some food so that he's got something good to eat while I'm not home. So yeah, just a couple pieces of cheese. He also got this for lunch. I don't know if he's going to be too happy about getting this again for dinner, but oh well. I've got, and he can always just save this because I think he's got some pizzas that he can heat up. But so I kind of like to close my burritos off by sealing them with a hot comal. My favorite tortillas, because I don't have time to make tortillas, and we don't live close to a tortilleria, so basically you get fresh tortillas. They probably will mold or whatever. I could probably put them in the freezer, but one of the things I really like doing is it tastes so fresh to get these uncooked tortilla land uncooked. You'll find them in the refrigerator section of your of hopefully most of the I'm burning the burritos of most of the bigger chain grocery stores. And so in the refrigerator section you'll find these, and then I just freeze them like this and then defrost them and then throw them on a hot cast iron skillet or comal, and just to make them up, and they taste fresh that way. These are really, really nice. I'm not sure if you live in an area that's, you know what, it used to be that most parts of the United States only had like those Mission brand, those big, thick, nasty tortillas. But I think a lot more places are starting to have them. So I look for them in your refrigerator section. You'll probably really enjoy them. If you've never tried them before, it's something that you're gonna wanna try. So yeah, one got a little toasty, the other one's okay. But anyway, so some of the other things that I'm doing is I also made a cake. Betty Crocker actually helped me. I don't have that many groceries right now, and Dan is got a sweet tooth. He really thrives on sweets. He wakes up, he's got to have dessert, he's got to have something sweet before bed. I don't know how he stays as skinny as he is. If I did this, I would be just ginormous. But so this is Dan's cake. It is, I just made a carrot cake real quick. So those are just a few things that I've got going on in the kitchen. The other thing I'm trying to do is get caught up with my processing some water bottles for water storage, and we'll follow up with that in just a minute. Okay, a couple more notes. So these burritos basically is just like a fajita mix. I didn't have any bell peppers, so I just basically, it's onion and venison with a little cheese in the burrito. You want to make these stretch and feed more people, you just add a little bit of like refried beans, ranch beans, rice, like I had a Spanish rice. Dan is not a fan of any of that. So basically his burritos are meat and cheese. That's it. Sometimes I can squeeze some potatoes in there, but for the most part, this is what gives Dan energy. But again, just some, ideas. If you are not familiar with how to stretch your food budget, those are some ways that you can do it, especially in these trying times. The food prices are just going like stupid ridiculous. So this 2-liter, Dan is also a huge fan of drinking a lot of soda. He calls it his coffee. And hey, I drink coffee, he drinks soda. He does not, he doesn't indulge in the coffee. I try to stay away from the soda. But we get a bunch of these extra 2 liters. So what I do is I put water through the filter, just a pure, filter. And I have it inside of this clean, it's been rinsed and cleaned, 2 liter. And then I just drop 1 drop, this is a syringe that has plain bleach. Plain, not scented or anything like that, just plain bleach. And I drop 1 little drop. Sometimes it's kind of hard because your syringe starts to get stiff. Boom, and I'm done. I've got a drop in this 2 liter, and I cap it and I just put it away in storage. Now, some people get really nasty about this. So if you're watching any of the like prepping or survival social media sites, people are like, you're not gonna drink that, are you? Oh my goodness, the chemicals leaching from that plastic are gonna kill you. Literally, if I'm drinking this, I'm probably gonna be having a situation far worse than worrying about chemicals leaching from this plastic. Basically, this is emergency, total last possible scenario, water. And it's not just for drinking. This could be for washing my hands. This could be for, total body hygiene. I have animals. I have plants. There's so many ways that this water could come in handy. And what's the thing? Are you gonna not prep because you can't afford better storage containers, or are you gonna prep the free containers for completely emergency water? I mean, this is like 100% emergency. So I store this like in odd places where it's going to be totally out of sight, out of mind, unless I really, really need it. So, like there's space under the bed in corners, store it. So in the back of cabinets that is being unused, why not have water? Why not have it? Because what if the water gets tainted one day, like that's happened in different municipalities, where the water all of a sudden is like, oh, don't drink, we have a problem, or don't use it all, and it's like, oh my gosh, you can't use your water. So this is stuff like that I do for total emergency backup. Now, I have accidentally left a water spigot on and drained my holding tanks, and that's it. I have holding tanks. The well pump has gone out, where we've had to order a new well pump, and it took over a week to get in. Things like that is what I consider some of my basic emergencies, and why I have backup water. Now, I have water also stored in 55-gallon drums that are, water safe storage. I have got it in the 6 gallons. I've got it kind of like, I've got drinking water, and I've got cleaning water, flushing water, animal water, plant water. I mean, I really just I want to keep everything alive as I can. And water, I'm going to quote a friend of mine who basically, when he was coming to the desert and visiting us, he said, you know what? Water is God. And that's it. I mean, like, water can actually, the lack of it can kill you. So if you can use the water, short period of time in this plastic, here you go. Oh no, tainted by plastics. Oh no, I'm dying of dehydration. Duh. I'm sorry, that was just uncalled for. Shame on me. I have some things here that friends have gifted me, and I wanted to do a little shout out. Thanks, Lee. These are just adorable. I went and I was doing a talk at the local bee club here, the Southern Arizona Beekeepers Association, and Lee gave me these really cute little bee stickers and iron-on patches. So thank you, Lee, if you're watching, appreciate that. And then a friend, before she moved, she actually had got this deluxe hot sauce making kit, and I haven't opened it since she gave it to me. I think she was going to do something with it, and then moving, she didn't have space for it to take, because they moved quite a distance, so it was like limited space. What can you take, right? So she gifted it to me, and it says it's a deluxe kit for making 6 bottles of hot sauce at home. All right, so what do we got in here? I'm not quite sure. Oh, I get labels, I guess. No rinse sanitizer mix. Oh, they thought of everything. You're making hot sauce. Here's some plastic gloves. Okay, so this is growandmake.com. Grow and make crafting kits for every occasion. So in here, it looks like a bunch of spices. Arbol peppers with the seeds, chipotle pepper. It's like they're sending you everything you possibly can need, including the jars. Huh. Interesting. Cute little funnel. Jar without a lid. Another jar. Oh, there's the lid. Okay, we've got apple cider vinegar in this bottle. And we have distilled white vinegar in that bottle. And recipe and instruction booklet. Oh, very cool. Okay, so, and then it was all wrapped in some burlap. This looks like really good smoker fuel. So, cool, okay. Yeah, something, it says use within 6 months. So I'm thinking we're going to be having some guests soon, and one of them at least I know loves hot sauces. So this is probably something that I'm going to have to put together, and then I will do a little review on. So yeah, exciting. So I read a little bit on the how to make the sauce. And it basically says I need to get fresh or canned tomato, onion, garlic, cilantro, and or pureed carrot in order to create the sauce. So it's not an all-inclusive kit. So I need to add a few things to my grocery list before I could create any of these. And it says for best flavor that I need to make it at least 2 weeks in advance before using. So this is something I'm probably gonna get on so that I can use this up. So I also went on to growandmake.com that I just mentioned was on the back of their brochure here. And the website no longer exists. So through Amazon Associates, I will put an affiliate link to a similar product in case this is something that you think might make a great gift for a friend or family member. There are some pretty cool ones that range anywhere from $30 to $45. And so I thought, oh, this is kind of a really neat idea for like a birthday present, or maybe even a hostess gift, or host or hostess gift if you're going to a nice party or something like that. So pretty interesting, and it might inspire people who have gardens but don't know how to make their own hot sauce. And this is probably going to be a great way to get them boosted with a little bit of confidence and know-how in order to learn how to make your own hot sauces. So I will finish showing you all more of this as I get more of the ingredients. So yesterday, Jennifer and I went and did a bee removal. Excuse me. Dan and I have been sneezing a lot more lately. There's something blooming out there that's got us a little bit congested. Anyway, we did a bee removal from an olive tree. It's not finished. This is one of the ugliest olive trees I had ever seen. The people couldn't, of course, trim around it because of bees being in the base. They were entering, though, up high and then going all the way down, and they were literally in the very bottom of the tree. So I had to reopen a lot of the previous closures that they had done because they had bees in it in the past. This tree is going to be nothing but problems for these people, so hopefully we'll be able to get the bees absconded, be able to get the tree cleaned up, and then take it from there on doing a bunch of preventative measures. But when I meet with Jennifer, she's the funnest. So I use a lot of her salves, so they are wonderful. They are really, really helping with my foot. But and those that don't know, that's from getting dropping a manhole cover on my foot during a bee removal. Pretty much smashed it really good. So those salves are really helping. Her salves as well as my aunt's comfrey salves. Those two are like the best. And I'm also lathering it with honey at night. Honey being a natural healing, antibacterial, antifungal. So basically, I've got just all kinds of wonderful healing things happening. So very happy with that. Speaking of healing things, Jennifer gets some really awesome plants, and she gave me one of her extra St. John's wort. And for those that, this is gonna go into my herbal area, herb garden area. Basically this is really good for like depression and menopause. So I'm not really depressed most of the time, but that menopause thing, that's sneaking up on me really good. So basically you make extracts and stuff, and so hopefully that's something that I'll show in the future. But this here is a wonderful pollinator plant. It's a Mexican sunflower. So yeah, I'm gonna head out to the garden, put these in, and then do some of the re-sowing of like the flame cauliflower, and then transfer some of the larger starts into 4-inch containers. So gonna go take care of that this morning. We're supposed to have rain today, but I don't see any clouds in the sky. I have no idea. Tomorrow I have a beekeeping 101 class, but we're supposed to have like an 88% chance of rain. I don't know if the weathermen even know what they're doing anymore with the predictions. We'll see. Okay, so I only had enough flame cauliflower left to do these 2 little trays here, which I believe gives me 12 more. And then I did 3 rows across and 5 rows deep, so 15 more seeds, or 15 seeds actually, of the Napa 1 kilo slow bolt cabbage. This is my first time trying that variety. And then, like I mentioned in a previous video, these are the flame cauliflower that were already starting, but the birds were chewing on them. So I doubled them up. I put one fairly healthy looking plant with one kind of maybe not going to make it plant. And now I've got them covered with mesh baskets so that the birds can't chew on the leaves until they get a little stronger. I just love these leaves. These leaves are so beautiful. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? So this is a cardinal vine, And Amanda had grown some starts, and I can't remember if it was this spring or last fall or when I got these, but this one here is a volunteer from a seed. Popped up all on its own, and it reaches all the way up into this mesquite tree, and check it out. It's blooming up there. These nice, beautiful red trumpet flowers, and the hummingbirds just love them. So I'm back working in the kitchen, doing a bit of countertop cleaning some more. And I wanted to mention that this is a product that I absolutely loved out here. We have a lot of animals, and this works great on one of our dogs that he has a continuous allergy issue where he gets, like crusty eyes and some skin conditions and a lot of ear infections, and it's all from his allergies. And so this Banix Horse and Pet Care for wounds, fungus, scratches, rain rot, and ringworm, ear infections, and hot spots. Gosh, this stuff works great. I keep a bottle of it on hand at all times for whenever he's having a flare-up. Of course, this is no, if something is bad and it's not getting better fast, I do take him to the vet, but I mean, he hates that, and he'd be going to the vet all the time because of his allergies. So this is just something I have on hand for just general care, non-emergency care. So this is fantastic, and I will have a link to the King Titan Homestead website's store, where there'll be an affiliate link through Amazon on how to get your hands on one of these if you want to have something like this on hand for your animals.